what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Hello and welcome to the 2024 America's Mock Election Presidential Results Show. I'm Kristin Tokarev, 2023 winner for Constituting America's We the Future contest Best Public Service Announcement winner.
I'm Trijal, Tagadur, 2021 winner for Constituting America's We the Future contest Best Essay winner. Kristin and I will be co-hosts for today's 2024 America's Mock Election Presidential Election Show. Today, we'll be releasing the results of the nation's largest student-only mock election by 4 regions of the U.S., Northeast, Southeast, Midwest, and the West. We will then provide some commentary and analysis of those results.
This national student-only mock election is presented by America's Mock Election and distributed by major civics organizations, including the Civics Renewal Network, Constituting America, the USC Election Cybersecurity Initiative, and of course, the backbone of this results show, the University of Virginia's Center for Politics Youth Leadership Initiative. We'd like to thank them for tabulating the votes for our student voters. Also, we thank our participating teachers who have been awesome in working with their students to both educate them and give them a voice in this election, all with the goal of preparing them for when they reach voting age. Thank you to each of these content partners.
Now, joining us on the show today is Meg Heubeck, Director of Instruction for the Youth Leadership Initiative at the University of Virginia's Center for Politics. Meg is responsible for developing curriculum materials that encourage and develop civic engagement in students. Meg also assists in aligning these materials with content standards for each of the 50 states. Hey, Meg.
Hey, good morning, Kristin and Trijal. It's so good to be here with you for another exciting National Mock Election Results Show. We have teachers and students who are the winners in this mock election. They're winners because their students are learning the important skills of citizenship, the most basic of that being voting. The data presented in today's program is for educational purposes only. This is an educational activity designed to increase civic skills. It is not a precursor of the upcoming general election. This year, we'll announce presidential winners in our 50 separate races throughout the United States as a result of our federal system. And again, it is for educational purposes only, but we hope that you'll enjoy hearing the voices of our students loud and clear about how they feel.
As we move through today's program, we'll feature our content partners and video vignettes, but we are grateful to all who support us and to all the students and teachers who participated in this year's America's Mock Election.
We welcome to the America's Mock Election family, the Civics Renewal Network, an alliance of 45 nonprofit, nonpartisan organizations that provide free online classroom resources for civics education. The founding group of organizations gathered in April 2013 during a civics summit convened at the Annenberg Public Policy Center of the University of Pennsylvania, sharing the belief that understanding the Constitution plays a vital role in creating knowledgeable and engaged citizens. They agreed to work together as a Civics Renewal Network to raise the visibility of civics education and to make high-quality resources more accessible to teachers. With a greeting from the Civics Renewal Network, here's Andrea Rydell.
Hello, everyone, and I hope you're enjoying tonight's event. It's always exciting when there are democratic simulations like this that our students can participate in. My name is Ann Trijal. I am the Director of Outreach and Curriculum at the Leonore Annenberg Institute for Civics at the Annenberg Public Policy Center of the University of Pennsylvania, and I facilitate the Civics Renewal Network. And you can see I have our website pulled up because one of the things that our Civics Renewal Network partners thought was really important was creating a website that can be a one-stop shop for you and your students as you're thinking about various topics related to civics. So the Civics Renewal Network is more than 40 partners, some federal partners, some nonprofits, all nonpartisan who are interested in providing resources to help enhance civic education across the country. So I want to take just a few minutes here to show you a little bit about the website and why it is so valuable. So as you can see from our front page here, we let you know that we have thousands of no-cost learning material from our network of partners. And I'm just going to take you to one of those resources. Look, if you go to classroom resources, there's all sorts of things. I'm going to go to citizenship today, but we have things, subjects that relate to all aspects of civic education. So if you said, I want to teach something about citizenship and went to this part of our website, you see we have 148 resources for you. And you think, oh, 148, that's a lot to try to sort through. But over here on the side, you can filter your results, both by topic, like we just did, but also by grade level. And you can see we go from K through 12. The types of issues you're looking for that relate to the topic of citizenship, what parts of the Constitution you want to talk about, what type of resources they are, media, modules, primary sources, the types of teaching strategies, the standards, and you can even search by individual partner in the Civics Renewal Network. So you can see that you really can tailor it to what you are looking for. Let's say, though, we want to go to this very first one. Should the United States ban TikTok to preserve national security? You can see it's grades 7 through 12. It's about citizenship, and it's a teaching unit. When you click on one of the resources on the Civics Renewal Network, you'll learn a little bit about it, who it's from. In this case, it's our partner organization, the Council on Foreign Relations Education. And it tells the subjects, the research type, and the teaching strategies that are there. And you can view the resource and get started. Should the United States ban TikTok to preserve national security? That's a really interesting topic to engage your students with, who, if they're like most students, are on TikTok a lot. So, as I said, I would love for you to familiarize yourself with the Civics Renewal Network website so that you have an opportunity to browse all these resources for you. And if at any point, and as you're looking on it, you want to ask me a question, there is a contact us down here. And I'm happy to hear from you, answer questions about the Civics Renewal website, or even get you signed up for our bi-monthly teacher newsletter. Take care, all.
As we've said, the backbone of these America's Mock Election shows is the University of Virginia Center for Politics Youth Leadership Initiative. In 2002, Dr. Larry Sabato started Sabato's Crystal Ball, a comprehensive political analysis and handicapping newsletter run by the University of Virginia Center for Politics. The Crystal Ball is produced by Editor-in-Chief Larry J. Sabato, also the Center for Politics Director, with Managing Editor Kyle Kondik and Associated Editor J. Miles Coleman. Without further ado, Professor Larry Sabato.
I'm so glad that you've joined us to participate in the mock election of the Youth Leadership Initiative. It's one of the largest and now oldest mock elections still available in the schools throughout the United States and in Defense Department schools around the world. The Center for Politics at the University of Virginia has offered this program since it was founded in 1998. And we do so because, first of all, It's essential that young people learn about politics and learn about campaigns and elections, the candidates, the issues, and then learn how to vote. And it's very important to get into the habit of casting a ballot each year when there's an election. And sometimes there are several elections in a year. We have a lot of democracy, but it doesn't mean that our democracy is safe. We have challenges to our democracy, and the only way to combat those challenges and to win those challenges is for everyone to participate. So you're learning as you go. We're trying to provide, along with your teachers, some of the tools that you'll need to interpret the political world. It really is essential. And don't underestimate your influence. It's true, you can't cast a real ballot until age 18. But because you're doing this now, you'll be ready to cast a real ballot at age 18. You can also have an impact on other members of your family, not just siblings, but even parents and grandparents. If they don't participate, other family members, you can encourage them to register to vote and to actually cast a ballot. Sometimes the fact that you're so interested in it will catch hold, and you can really do a lot of things like increasing the voter turnout and also helping older people maybe reinterpret their views on some issues. You may have very different views than they do on issues, and it's a healthy thing to discuss these and debate these at home in a civil manner. And it helps you, it helps them, it helps the system. So we're just delighted that you're here and participating. I want to thank your teachers and school administrators in particular for endorsing this, for deciding that it's worth the time and effort to do in your schools. And they care just as we at the Center for Politics care about you and your participation in shaping the country's future.
Thank you, Larry. For those of you that don't know, Professor Larry Sabato is the founder and director of the UVA Center for Politics that was started in 1998. Now we're going to move into one of several short discussions between Trijal and Kristin about the national landscape of youth voting and turnout.
Christine, you're of voting age. How are you feeling about this upcoming election?
Well, the best word I can describe it as is excitement, anticipation. It's been a close race and the stakes are high. What about you, Trijal? The Tufts University Center for Information Research on Civics, Learning, and Engagement says that the key issues for young voters in this election are the economy, climate, and guns. You agree?
I would agree. I think those are very important issues, and they do divide a lot of people. And the candidates are certainly focusing a lot on them.
I think I agree, but I would add the change in women's rights. I think with the Dobbs decision being recent, a lot of voters, even younger people like us, are voting on behalf of their opinions for or against the issue.
I think older people think that younger voters don't pay attention and either don't vote or just vote from whoever their parents are voting for. Do you think this misunderstanding creates any challenges?
Definitely, I do. I think this leads to a lot of tension between different age groups because we are constantly having to prove to adults that we are politically motivated. Do you think there's any way candidates running for office could better engage with young voters like us?
Well, I think both political parties are already using social media to their advantage, flooding many young people's feeds with political messaging. However, I think more direct engagement would be good, like candidates coming to towns and colleges in order to meet more young voters. Many researchers have claimed our generation is generally more anxious and worried, especially politically. Is there something that you're uneasy or worried about that's concerning this upcoming election?
I am. I think I'm worried that regardless of who wins, our economy will continue to inflate and go into debt. And that scares me for the future. I'm definitely ready for the government to find a solution to many of our economic problems.
It's really interesting. So moving on, 57% of youth ages 18 to 34 say that they're extremely likely to vote in the upcoming election. Another 15% that say that they're fairly likely to. Compared to other generations, are young people more mobilized, not enough, or of no effect?
From what I've seen, I think our generation is highly mobilized, and many people are voting on behalf of hope for a better government in the future. I would think it would be more than 57 that were extremely likely, but maybe people are still deciding.
Well, the truth is, we are a huge group of voters, and I'm truly interested to see what our political distribution is after this election, as many of us are voting for the first time.
I think it's very important that our generation is informed and educated on why voting and civic engagement is so important.
Yeah, I certainly agree.